Welcome to the Getty Museum's Fantastic Journeys, Myth, Magic, and Mysterious Monsters. My name is Michael Katz. I have the honor of sharing with you the theme of magic, a story around that theme. And it's so exciting for me to find a story around that word, magic. I mean, it means so many things. Is it like magic, like a magic trick? Where, how did they do that? Or is it magic like when we've had a beautiful day, just a fantastic day, and you say, oh, it was magical? Well, there it means something special, wonderful. Actually, quite a bit of this world, not otherworldly. Great word, magic. The story I'm going to share with you is a story called A Garment for the Moon. And this story, A Garment for the Moon, was from the great collection of stories by Reb Nachman of Bratislav. And now for you, the story of A Garment for the Moon. One day, the sun was setting in the west when it looked across at the east and it saw the moon rising on the horizon. And the sun noticed that the moon was shivering. Oh, my friend the moon is shivering. He must be cold. I'm a ball of fire. I can keep myself warm. But the moon's out there in the cold of night with nothing to keep it warm. I know what I'll do. I'll have someone make a garment, some clothes to keep the moon warm. So, the sun looked down on a village below. Hey, you. Yes, you. Make a garment for the moon to wear to keep it warm. Well, when the sun asks you to do something, you do it. Well, all the tailors in that village got together and they tried to decide what to make the garment out of, but they couldn't agree on the material. Let's make it out of cotton so that the moon is comfortable. Cotton, schmatten, cotton won't keep it warm. Let's make it out of wool. No, wool is too scratchy. And the biggest problem is whatever we make it out of, it has to be able to change shape. Because we make it for when it's full, it'll be too big for when it's a sliver. And if we make it for when it's a sliver, it'll be too small for when it's full. Oy vey, what are we going to do? Just then, a tailor who was in the corner of the room spoke up and said, excuse me. It was a tailor named Yankel. Excuse me, I've heard of this material, but I don't know where it is. But they say this material, they say it's warm like light. They say this material is bright like light. They say it's light like light in weight. It has no weight to it at all. And they say that when you pull at it, it stretches and stretches and stretches, and when you let go, it returns to its original shape. All the tailors said, go and get it, Yankel. Well, they collected all the money they had. And this is an old story. And the money in Eastern Europe at this time, it was kopecks. And these people didn't have a lot of money, but they gave what they could. And he gathered all the kopecks and he set off for this village, he knew not where, that had the material that was as light itself. Well, the first village he got to, he asked the first villager he saw, excuse me, yes, hi, my name is Yankel and I'm a tailor. I'm looking for this material. They say it's light like light itself. They say it's warm like light. They say it's bright like light. They say it's light like light in weight. It has no weight to it at all. And they say that when you pull at it, it stretches and stretches and stretches, and when you let go, it returns to its original shape. Do you know about this material? I'm sorry, I do not know about this material. Oh, that's too bad. I need to make a garment for the moon to wear to keep it warm. The villager was so moved by Yankel's good intentions, he said, You seem like a good man. I'm sorry I do not know about this material, but if you need a place to stay, you can stay at my home for the night. Each village Yunkel went to, it was the same thing. He asked them if they knew about this material. They didn't know about it, but they offered to let him stay at their home for the night. A month passed. He was running out of money, and he missed his family. He decided he would go to the village beyond the river. If they had the material, great. But if not, he was going to go back home. He got onto a boat, and the oarsmen started to take him across. Yunkel decided to ask him, "Excuse me, do you know of this material? They say it's as light as light itself. They say it's warm like light. They say it's bright like light. They say it's light like light in weight. It has no weight to it at all. And they say that when you pull at it, it stretches and stretches and stretches, and when you let go, it returns to its original shape. Do you know about this material?" "Yes, I do." "You do? Is it expensive? Is it rare? Where can I find it?" "Very rare indeed. Only one person owns that material, the queen. She has a beautiful dress made out of that material. But you know what? Her dress is falling apart, and no one can fix it. Tomorrow, the queen's daughter, the princess, is getting married. The queen is sad because she can't wear her dress. Her daughter is sad. The entire village is sad. It's a very sad story. I'm a tailor. Maybe I can fix it." When they got to the other side, Yunkel hopped off the boat, and he walked to the castle. He had never been to a castle before. And at the gate, there was a guard standing like this. Yunkel summoned up his courage. "Excuse me, my name is Yunkel, and I'm a tailor." The guard opened up the gate and called up the stairs, "Tailor!" And that word echoed all the way up the stairs, "Tailor, tailor, tailor, tailor." And these words came down, "Let him in, let him in, let him in, let him in, let him in." And Yunkel went up the stairs to the very top, and he came to a room, and the door was open. He saw a woman sitting in a chair, and she was crying. And something beautiful was on her lap. It must be the dress. Outside the door, Yunkel cleared his throat. The queen heard him, and she said, "You must be the tailor. Here's my dress. Fix it." This dress was the most beautiful thing Yunkel had ever seen or touched. It warmed his hands. It was so bright, he almost had to close his eyes. And it was light, like light in weight. It had no weight to it at all. It just tingled in his hands. And when he pulled at it, it stretched and it stretched and it stretched, and when he let go, it returned to its original shape. He looked at the bottom of the dress. There was a loose thread. It would be easy to fix. He'd just pull at the thread, figure out the weave, and then fix it. He pulled at the loose thread, but when he pulled at it, the loose thread dissolved into light itself and disappeared. "Queen, is there any more of this material?" "No, there isn't." How was Yunkel going to fix the dress if there was no more of this material? He found a chair by the window, and he sat down, and he left the dress on his lap, staring at it, trying to figure out what to do. But after an hour, he was so tired, he fell fast asleep. But he didn't sleep long, because a bright light woke him up from outside the window. And when he looked out the window, there was the moon. The moonlight woke him up, and sure enough, the moon was shivering. "Oh, moon, I'm so sorry. I found the material, but there's no more of it. And every time I pull at a loose thread..." "What's this? Yankel looked down at the dress and he could see that it was sewing itself back together on its own. He looked out the window at the moon. He looked down at the dress. He could see the moonlight shining on the dress. Ah! It was the moonlight that made the material. He put the dress under the moonlight. It sewed itself complete. He took out some scissors and he cut a square of the material off the bottom of the dress and put it in his pocket. He put the dress back under the moonlight. It sewed itself back together again. When it was complete, he walked up to the queen and said, "Queen, here's your dress. It's been fixed. How can I ever repay you? If I can keep this square of material, that would be payment enough." "Of course you can. And here's a bag of gold." Yankel knew what to do with that bag of gold. He bought 2 horses and an open bed wagon. He took the square of material and he put it in the open bed wagon, got onto it, and rode it on home. Well, that open bed wagon was exposed to the moonlight, which was shining on that little square of material. And it sewed itself into a bigger square, and a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until there was a mountain of the material in the back of the wagon. And when he got back to his village, he said, "Tailors, here's the material. Make a garment for the moon to wear to keep it warm." Underneath the moonlight, they shaped a beautiful garment for the moon to wear. They presented the garment to the sun, who gave it to the moon. And tonight, if you can look up at the moon, you'll see it's no longer shivering, because it wears that garment still today with much pride and much joy. Because after all, the garment it wears was made out of its own light. I hope you've enjoyed this chapter of the Getty Museum's fantastic journeys. Be sure to check out the link to join Marianne Sadowski for a hands-on workshop inspired by my telling of the story, Garment for the Moon. And watch for the 2 other amazing storytellers, Moira MacDonald, telling a story with shadow puppets. Oh, it's wonderful. And the amazing storyteller, Baba the Storyteller, sharing a story from Mali. Thank you.